During the COVID times, remember Nakuleli COVID, right? One of my friends, she's really into Nigerians. And then she was like, no, it's okay. Like, guys, we got this. My man got this. He's going to come and fetch us. Okay, and then we drive to the location. On our way there, he doesn't even greet us. He just greeted my friend. When I walk in there, like I said, Bootsy didn't look like he was ready to receive us. And there was like a very weird smell. Ne? So something in me felt like I needed to stand up and search around the house. That's when now this guy only starts to communicate with me. Now he starts getting aggressive. So then it got to a point where this guy, he pushed me to the floor. He manpowered me to the floor. And then he did whatever he wanted to do on top of me. You understand? And then he just penetrated. He did whatever he did. People were knocking. I assume also because of they were hearing my voice or something like that. This guy took a body bag and then he opened the body bag. He put the body bag on top of the bed and he kept me there for 5 days. All he's doing is just, he's penetrating. I even started bleeding.
Action Tamique.
Sanibonani, everybody. Welcome back again to Soweto podcast. Let's say if I get the hottest, latest gist. Let's say it's your girl Tamique Kheswa once again with another bang. And a bonus today gets out to Osomungo Tony Montana show. I can't get the morning no last night. Go to the kidnapping girl when I come here. I want to hear that story. So today get on for platform with the story say because you know we all go through different things. So go para samo jaja. Yena ka le tseba le na ba social media le rata jaja bana ba bang sana mo jaja o se one mo function se high, let her speak her truth and tell us how she actually managed to escape that situation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment down below. I think hi girl.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good and you?
I'm good. Introduce the happy.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm back with another one, yet most very painful episode. But then I'm glad to be back. Like she said, she just stole me from Tony Montana's show. And my name was Tamique Kheswa. Just for those who have forgotten, those who haven't seen me before, I'll say it again. I'm Tamique Kheswa. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy today's episode.
Now, Chami, without any further ado, let's jump straight into the issue.
Okay, so not we were kidnapped. We almost got kidnapped.
Okay.
But we managed to take ourselves out of the situation. So it got to a point where during the COVID times, remember Nakuleli COVID, right? I could never like there was a time when pay me and all of that. So there was a time where it was 3 of my friends. So we hooked up during the day and then my friend's place, she had her own place. So we decided, okay, we're gonna crash at my friend's place. And during that time, it was a very critical time because everything was hard. It was hard to move around. It was hard to like just do anything, let alone getting alcohol or even going out. So that's why we just had to go for a stay indoors. So then one of my friends, she's really into Nigerians. She understands Nigerians. She at the time was dating a Nigerian guy. So then she was like, okay, ladies, let's just go out, you know. And we were trying to find out how do we go out because now already Kefisha Pile was around 9 o'clock. Kefisha Pile and like it's not going to make sense. It's not like we're from work. And then she was like, no, it's okay. Like, guys, we got this. My man got this. He's going to come and fetch us. And I'm sure he's going to have his way with the cops should we have a problem along the way. So it was then when we were like, okay, cool. But we were very skeptical about it. Sometimes this thing, instinct. Yeah, it's very important for you to follow your instincts sometimes because they could be right. So me and my other friend, we were really uncomfortable with it because we were doubting. But then we were like, okay, we're bored. There's nothing much that we're doing. So why not? Then we decided, okay, cool, let's go. So this guy comes. When he comes, he tells us he's outside, right? But like maybe like I don't know what he thought at the time, but he didn't even take long. He just got there, and I don't know. It seemed like he had a lot of expectations. Now we get outside of the house, and then when we get outside of the house, there was one big rat. Before I got into the car, there was one big rat when we were walking to the car. Like it literally jumped on my feet, and you know how it is with black culture. They like saying when isn't so ikundwani party
Guys, before we get into this amazing app that you can use to score yourself an extra buck. There's this app called Easy Bets. So guys, Easy Bets, where you download a free 50 Rand sign up bonus plus 25 free bonus spins. Can you just imagine? And please do not forget to use the promo code Soweto to all these beautiful privileges. And the link is down below in the description box. Easy bet all the way.
So I was really like scared because of already with how I was feeling. I was very disturbed because why am I not really into the mood of going out? And then now this happens, like it literally like Alexandra. So we are very popular with Wazua for Amaroto, right? Amakundwan. So yeah, so we get into the car. When we get into the car, he has a guy friend that was on the passenger seat. So it was three of us who was like chilling on the back seat. Okay, and then we drive to the location. On our way there, he doesn't even greet us. He just greeted my friend. He doesn't greet us. He's on his phone. He's talking to his friend. He's speaking Nigerian language. We can't even hear like what's happening. And then we get to this, I think it was like a hotel. I don't want to mention the name of the hotel because, you know, yeah. So we get there and then he drops off this guy, his friend, the one that was on passenger. And then only then he started speaking to us, Guti, which one of you guys want to come and like want to take the seat for the passenger seat? Then my friend decided to go and have a seat there. So we drive into a location in Bramley. There's this place in Bramley. We drive into a location in Bramley. When we get there, it's dark. It's suburbs, but like it was really dark. Like I'm a light, you know, and quiet straten, like I mentioned, it was COVID, you know. So it was really quiet straten. So when we get there, like initially I was used to going out, so I understood most of the time when you do go out, like umuntu melabonisa mawufika ukuthi uyakuhosta, like vele expect a visitor, you know. It didn't look like the setup he was interested or he was looking forward to receiving us. So then when we walk into that house, before we walked into the house, while still in the car, there was one big gate, like really huge gate, yabo. And then he opened the gate, and then when he opened the gate, there was another big gate inside the yard. He opened the gate, and then there was like two big dogs, ne? And then when we were about to get out of the car, like two Nigerian guys, like big guys, you know how they are big guys, they got out of the house. So basically the house is like a setup where, you know how they do this thing where in the burbs, like they share like bedrooms.
Okay,
then, like, yeah, something like that, yeah. So, okay, fine, these guys, they come out, they're still not being friendly, like they just, like abaranaga, they're not there. So we walk into the house. When we walk into the house, we get into this guy's room, into his space where he stays. When I walk in there, like I said, Guti didn't look like he was ready to receive us. There was no drinks. He didn't even offer, like, what do you guys want? Nothing. And there was like a very weird smell. Ne? I'm not sure. I've never like smelt anything like of a dead body. Or like, but it smelled like something rotten, and I think I know. But that kind of rotten was very, very like it was too strong. So we walk in there, and then I decided to ask him, Wuti, oh, so what? Can we have something to eat? And I wasn't even hungry. Can I have something to eat? So it's awkward amongst the three of us ladies because we're not talking, we don't understand what's happening, and my friend is the one that is interacting with this man, and this man is on his phone. So, and then I ask him, I'm like, we are hungry. He's like, okay, so what would you guys like to eat? Because it's locked down, all the shops are closed. The only place that we can get something like snacks is the garage. So we're like, okay, yeah, you can go to the garage. He's like, so who am I going to go with here? We're like, no, you can leave with the friend that we came with here.
The girlfriend.
Yeah, the girlfriend. So, okay, sharp, they leave. So immediately after they leave, my other friend, like she was like bored. Like she was really not even trying to like maneuver through the situation. She was just very irritated, busy on her phone. So something in me felt like I needed to stand up and search around the house. That is when I stood up and I kept on saying, Gwen, show me, like, let's search and let's try to send location should anything happen. Only Nigerians more in this house. And the yard looks very weird. There's two big dogs, there's two big gates, and this man is acting very weird. And we had to literally get here for him to actually get out again to get snacks. So this person wasn't even planning on hosting us.
True, yeah.
So, okay, fine, I followed my instincts, and then I decided to open the wardrobe. When I opened the wardrobe, that is when I found the shocking discovery, Wuti, how is it possible, Wuti, a person can own, yabona phone I don't know how you call it, yabona
phones?
Yeah. Like, there was like more than like 50, like a lot, and most of them were off. You understand? So then I asked my friend, I'm like, Cho, mitlatlobona. She's like, what? Swazi, why are you even snooping around? I'm like, I want some paperwork, something. We need to know. And then she stands up, she leaves her phone, and then she was also shocked. She was the one that actually gave me an idea. Oh my God, what if like we are going to be human trafficked? Because it didn't make sense. There was only like gadgets on that wardrobe. There was no clothes. There was no form of paperwork to show Guti lo muntu lo, or anything like that. So, and then, okay, fine. We start searching even more. When she opens the other cupboard, she finds my laptop, maybe like 5 laptops. Okay, fine. And then now we hear a scream. And like it's less than like 5 minutes. It's less than 5 minutes drive. So like I'm asking myself, why are they even taking so long? Then while we're busy searching around the place, siwuzwa a scream from the next room. And our friend, Sagana, almost 45 minutes, right? So imagine now we're panicking, with, oh my God, it could be Wuti, like maybe but decided or something like that. It was then when I decided, it's okay, sharp, fine. Let me just try to call my baby daddy, because of now I was also like panicking. I needed to call someone to let them know, should anything happen, this is my last location. To my surprise, we get to that place and then suddenly sneaking a network. We couldn't even log in, we couldn't even get messages through, nothing.
So there was a jammer?
Yeah, something like that. So now I started panicking even more. My friend is like, okay, friend, so after we hearing the scream, because she screamed and then she just kept quiet, whoever that was. So manje, we decided, it's okay, even if we ran out, so we literally ran into the kitchen. The butler was locked. And then we're thinking, even if it was open, how are we going to get outside? There's 2 big dogs, there's 2 big gates. You understand? How are we going to get out? We run back into the room. When we get back into the room, now we're panicking, we're trying to get our phones, nothing is happening. And then this guy walks in with my friend. Now my friend is looking like very awkward. I think maybe they saw how shocked we looked. We looked very scared because the guy did mention, Guti, what's wrong? What did you guys see? And then we were like, no, nothing. And then he was like, are you sure? We're like, yeah, we are sure. And then he came with like Doritos, like 2 packets of Doritos, ne wine litanyana, a cold drink. Weird, right? Still, you're going to host 3 girls with that. Like, are you being for real? Are we really going to have a whole night of that? Okay. No alcohol, nothing. So, okay, now this guy doesn't even have to get a seat or sit down or still conversate. Ask us, Guti, what's your name? Intro, nothing. So I tell my friend in Venek, ukuthi phela mngani, lo muntu lo njengoba nina beniphumile suzwe iscream besiphenika, alright, uphuma kuphi? You guys took long and manje thina sisale sisearch and sithole izinto ezikanje nakanje. So siyasuspect ukuthi lo muntu lo it's either was human traffic. Okay, fine. My friend is like, no, wena swazi vele uyathanda ukuphenika. Like there's nothing, mina labantu laba ngibajwayele. He means abo Niger guy. Ngibajwayele, they my people. There's nothing wrong. Just relax. We're like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Okay, fine. Fast forward, this guy now gets a call. He speaks Nigerian. He drops the call. And then after dropping the call immediately, he's like, so let's go to my lodge. I own a lodge. And then we're like, you own a lodge? Where? He's like, in Santon. And then I'm like, okay, it doesn't make sense. For me, first and foremost, the space that we're in already doesn't look like someone who's capable of owning a lodge. You understand? Because the car he drives, I mean, it's a random, regular, itiosnyana, you understand? And the phones that he's using, and also his agitation, his body language, like, was very, very weird for me. And the setup in that house, it didn't look like umuntu that owns that kind of property. Owner, right? So, okay, we're like, okay, cool. So in my head, I'm like, okay, Husa, great. At least we're going to get out of here. And then when we get out of here, we're going to open the doors and then we're going to roll out. So, okay, fine. That's the plan between me and my friend. Because Lomonia, she's not on panic mode. She's like, chill. Like, your ladies, like, in panic and thing. Okay, so we get out. We get inside the car. On our way, this guy, I start to conversate with him. I'm a very vocal person. I'm forward. Curiosity kills me a lot in most situations, especially if I don't understand. So I asked this guy, and I'm like, dude, what do you do for a living? And then he's like, I work. And then I'm like, it's logic. If someone asks you, what do you do for a living? You just tell them, no, it's either I shoot or I sing or I do this kind of whatever, something, like just get straight to the point. He's just like, I work. I had to like surf out information from him. And then he's like, I work. I'm like, where? He's like, even today I was in my office in Balfour. I'm like, in Balfour, like office where? What do you do still? I'm trying to get, what do you do for a living? Because already we tried opening the doors, Mina and my other friend, because Hlele moved. And it's on child lock. We couldn't get out. So I'm thinking, manje, endleleni, if we see amaphoyisa, since vele at that time, beba patrol and amasoja, we're just going to bang and we're going to ask for help. And then we'll cross the bridge when we get there. Should bas shy or bas poputi natis funan at that time of the hour outside in lockdown. So, okay, cool. He's like, I work. Even today, I was in my office in Balfour. Okay, your office, what do you do? He's like, actually, we are agents. I have an agent. I own an agency. We sell and buy property in town. So he's saying Balfour, he's saying town. Which one is which? So me and my friend, we look at each other with that, okay, this is weird, right? And then, okay, cool. And now I'm thinking in my head, Guti, by agents, there's no way you are a foreigner. And clearly you don't look like the kind of person that does have paperwork, like legal paperwork. But I could be wrong. But I mean, at that situation, I had to think of all possible, challenges. So like, okay, fine. He's like, I'm thinking, okay, so I'm like a property. I mean, how can you be a foreigner in our country and sell and buy property here in South Africa? You understand? Okay, but anyways, maybe sometimes it's wrong to judge a book by its cover, right? But still, he was still agitated. He's still driving on his phone. So we get to the lodge. I've booked in so many places because the place is it's a lodge. It's written what lodge. So we get there. When we get there, he opens the door and then he calls the security guy. So normally I know when you check in, there's always like situations where it's either babali registration moto or search boot. I've always checked in and out of places. So there was nothing like that. Like that. It was just a thing of, hey, Tamique, hey, and that was it. Okay, maybe he's been there longer. Maybe Vele, he is the owner. That's why the security was so friendly. But anyways, okay, fine. He opens the gate for us. We drive into the hotel lodge. I don't know, whatever he wants to call it, but it's written a lodge. And then when we walk inside that building, firstly, before we walk into the building, outside there was like a lot of cars, and these cars looked like abandoned. As in, they looked like it looked very off. And then now we get to into the building. When we walk into the building, we get into the reception area. I mean, girl, you're able to see indawo if it's operating. And operates there's nothing. You get there, the only thing that's around the walls is just uti. Wash your hands, wear a mask, those COVID rules, you understand, that you find everywhere. So that was just it. And then the reception area didn't even look like it was operating. It looked dirty, you understand. Okay, there's no one for the reception area. Okay, my friend is still calm. The one, Vele, the girlfriend, she's still calm. So now we're supposed to take the lift. He's like, the lift is not working. We need to take the stairs. I'm like, really? Okay, we take the stairs. We get into a certain room. He has the keys. He opens the room. When we get in there, the smell that was there, the previous place, the smell is still there. But on this location, it's even worse. Because when we walked in, he literally had to like open the windows here before doing anything. And there was, on the bed, it was like white sheets. It looked like there were people sleeping there and then they just woke up and left. You understand? Okay, cool. And then like, I'm asking this guy, so how much do you pay here? That's when now this guy only starts to communicate with me. Now he starts getting aggressive. He's like, my friend, you're asking too many questions. You are going to be a problem. What? And he literally got like very, very aggressive, like after answering me like that. So only then, she starts like panicking. It's like, why is this guy now tripping? He's like, I'm asking too many questions. I'm going to be a problem. I must go to the reception area and ask them at reception area how much he pays there. I mean, when you know very well, a reception area, right? So, okay, cool. He starts now being touchy with my friend, the girlfriend. Now my friend, she doesn't want. She's tripping now. Yabo. Then now I'm asking him, why are you tripping? I thought you said you got this. Yabo. She's like, no, actually, I don't know this guy. I met this guy a few weeks ago. I was going for shopping. And because I know these people, this guy asked me for my numbers. And then when he asked me for my numbers, I gave him. So he's been saying we need to meet up. But Mina, I've been delaying it. So because we're C3 and like we didn't have anything to do and we're just bored, I thought of him. And he was down to coming and, entertaining us. So we are here with a stranger. She doesn't even know this person.
She says.
You understand? Only now you're not panic mode. And Tinamanda says, we need to get out of this situation. So she's getting aggressive, because like she's that girl. And she started saying, no, don't touch me. Hey, this guy gets angry. This guy touches my other friend. My other friend, Nai, she's like, no, don't touch me. So I had to think, I'm a situation around you. You need to think on your feet. You need to think fast. We can't all be panicking. One of us has to be bait. So I had to be bait. You understand? I had to be bait, and then I decided, it's okay, you know what? I'm going to let him touch me. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to let him think, Uguti, we are in this. We are doing this together. So he touches me. Ati, how about we leave abangani bakho la kule location le, then mina nawusibuyele ku the previous location. And then I'm like, mina, hell no. And gule flawless guyo, we could literally sweep through the window like sayiboni pen, sayiboni kasle to Alexander. So I'm like, I didn't even have to like put much effort to convincing him. But for some reason, I don't know if it's God or it's the underground gang, I don't know. But he just bought my story. I just said to him like, look, dude, there's no need for you to, stress about these ones. These are kids. They're going to make our lives very, very traumatic and they're going to cause us problems. How about we just drive them and leave them at the garage? You don't even have to take them back to the location where you fished us. Then me and you, we come back and then we continue doing whatever it is that you want us to do. Like, effortlessly like that. He then decides, it's okay, cool, fine, sharp. We're going to do this. Then I tell my friends, which must be a garage. I thought of garage because of a garage. Gunama camera. It's a public space. Although he locked down, but you understand, we needed to get out of there because it was getting weirder and weirder. So, okay, fine. We get out of there. Now I'm the one that's on the passenger seat. So we're driving to the garage. Must figure Lena. I tell the ladies, girls, that's how they got out. He started wanting to be aggressive. Where do you think you're going? He started getting pissed, do you understand? Okay, so now we see blue vans, namasoja, we see a siren, shit, now we're in trouble. So we quickly run into the garage. When we run into the garage, attendants would say, what's the story? What's happening? We're like, no, this is a bold guy. The girlfriend. And now the driver because of imali. Then they're like, garage, and then we'll be able to help you guys in the morning. So that will mean that you guys need to sleep the whole night, or you guys try to call for help. If there's someone that's working that has a permit, then I'll on land. Okay, cool. So now garage. And then the first thing I thought of was like, friend, bring your phone. While we're inside the garage, the guy is busy talking to the cops. Okay, fine. We are comba la garage. We are comba parats. We don't know to comba because we can't hear the conversation, right? That is when I decided, it's okay, friend, bring your phone. You need to take out your phone, and then we delete this guy's number and then block this guy's number and block everything, block chats, block everything. This guy at Uhamanat, we don't know him. Then something else. We don't know this guy. This guy's a foreigner. My friend is dressing like she looks like we come from a strip club. Like it could have been other thoughts, like impression for Bona, it would have been something else, So we cannot. So, okay, now how 2 minutes, this guy's getting outside of the van. So I don't know what was the transaction between him and the police and the situation outside. And then now he's coming as to approach her in the garage. So I'm going to garage, so it senses, yeah. So he stands just before the doors open. Then like, like, you, come here. He's angry, like, you, come here. I'm like, me? Hell no. No. I'm not even loud. I'm like, in some sign language, like, no way. No. And then that's when like he decided to get into the car and drive off and leave. And then that's when we finally got help by and the girlfriend, the friend. One of his friends came as Uslanda, and then that's how we escaped. But now I was still curious because I couldn't understand, because I felt like that situation, laphaya nangazi ukuthi siphunyuke kanjani, you understand? Like laphaya a lot could have happened, but I was still like curious. I still wanted to find out what is actually happening laphaya. So then it happened a week later. It was my other friend's birthday. So we were hosted around the area where the lodge or the hotel is around. So when we get there, I asked, kahle kahle laphaya kwenzakalani? Guys besendaweni so just a few weeks ago, a few days ago actually. And this was happened. And then only to find out, community laphaya, they know laphaya what happens. There's girls that come in there and that don't come out. Some of them are being called in terms of like an interview, like you apply for a job and then they never come out. They go inside there, they don't come out. And apparently, I don't know, but I'm not trying to state anything. But apparently also the cops around that area, they are aware of what's happening. But we all know justice system that's South Africa in China. So apparently we were actually the lucky ones to get out of that situation. Yabo? So give me that whole thing. It was very like scary because of the worst could have happened, and also finding out by umuntu that stays around that neighborhood, isn't this ganja, they do actually happen. And that specific place, Latin as Pumekon, it did happen. It was very, very scary, you understand? So I thought I had learned my lesson in Daben Samantombazana and friends and group work and going out and this, with not finding the relevant information on where you're going and whatnot. But clearly I was wrong, because only months later or a year later or years later, I still found myself in similar situations where right now there is a recent situation where I was actually, I wouldn't say, I don't know what's the topic or how you will receive it, but I think there's a thin line between upimpiwa and being human trafficked, you understand? Because sometimes you get into these situations because of abangahan. Right? You could know what's happening last unisakon. Menang innocent. Only Lord knows when what's in it for you, right? So I don't know, since we've mentioned to the viewers, there's a previous episode that I've been on with Tony Montana. They should also watch that, where I'm from a drug space. And being in the drug space and also where there's friends also involved, I landed up in another situation where aid response companies had to come and rescue me out of that situation. Because I was pimped by a friend again. You understand? So it was a situation where we smoking, we chilling, but even before the chilling, I was invited around my neighborhood, and I didn't think there was anything wrong. There's nothing wrong. So when you invite me and say, come over, like I didn't see it like a big deal. I was like, okay, nah, why not? So I went there, and he's a guy. I went there and, okay, we're chilling, and then there's three of us, right? And Joba C3 slows chilile siapuza siapema, you understand? He never he never like blacks out. He never blacks out or anything like that. He's always on a tip where shaislala until and maybe he blacks out masses hambile or whatever. So on that day, funny enough, a weird situation happens where suddenly umuntu black out there. He didn't even have much to drink, So the friend starts getting touchy on me. He starts getting touchy on me. How touchy? I'm like, I'm very uncomfortable. Please stop touching me the way you touch on you're making me feel very uncomfortable, And then it's locked, and hostile. It's locked. He took the keys. Ulele nazuki, you understand? It's two guys, I'm the only girl, Okay, fine. He starts being very aggressive, to a point where he tried pulling off my pants, and I was like, no, you can't do this. And I was loud enough, he can hear me. I mean, it's not like a big house, it's just like a small room, you understand? So then it got to a point where this guy, he pushed me to the floor, he manpowered me to the floor. And then he did whatever he wanted to do on top of me, you understand? Okay, so, but now what was funny was that even though I was trying to fight him to get off me with the pants and not trying to get my pants off, he was very like, it looked like he was familiar with what he was doing. He was used to doing whatever he was doing, because of, I was pushing him, like my pants were like halfway down, and then like he was still rubbing his genitals on me, you understand? And like he like his eyes were closed. I don't know if maybe it was a ritual or what. I don't understand. Yeah, well, I don't know because it looked weird. He was still getting pleasure by just rubbing his genitals on me. You understand? And he was like, I'm nearly done. He pulls off my pants. Yeah, well, and then I then decided, you know what? I just laid there and I couldn't do anything. And then he just penetrated. He did whatever he did. People were knocking. I assume also because of they were hearing my voice or something like that. Because there was also music, loud music, but I was also loud enough. And there was just no assistance because it was locked. Then after he did whatever, he stood up, he opened the door. When he opened the door to respond to one of the ladies that stays next door, he was like, yeah, ufuna. And he was like, no, ufuna mnikazi wendawo. He's like, mnikazi wendawo akekho, uhambile neskiya. Right? Yeah. Okay, fast forward to that, only to find out I was drugged also nam. Because I remember there was a part where after all of that happened, I started feeling very drowsy. Yeah. It's dalang pema, dalang puza. You understand? And when you know certain things, right? So it got to a point where like I started feeling very like drowsy. I started having like I'm a withdrawal symptoms and I understand. My stomach was cramping. I was feeling very like dizzy, very weak. I was like being right. So and then fast forward to this guy now. He comes in. He leaves the one lob. He woke up eventually, and then I tell him, "This is what happened." He's like, "No, Nama, I can't tell but they didn't want me to leave. You understand?" It was then when he decided, you know what, so the only thing I just wanted was around about 12 o'clock. The only thing I just wanted my belongings because this guy that did whatever he did to me, he even took my stuff and put them in a back seat because eventually I need to avule because room he woke up, right? Avule aphum. So now this guy takes me, when he takes me, he takes me to his place in Dawe, like a cemetery. Because remember, I was feeling very drowsy and I didn't also still have like enough strength to like fight and all of that. And Lolo no, there's nothing like that. Then this guy takes me to a place, it's his house. It's near the cemetery. It's in the cemetery yard, actually. Okay. So when we get there, okay, fine. Like it was a very like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a very hard experience for me because of I never thought there's people who actually stay like in Matunin, you understand? So I don't know, that whole situation, it was I don't even know how to explain how I was feeling or like what I could have done during that time. But he took me, he got into the cemetery yard. When we got there, there's a room. When we get inside that room, there was like blood everywhere. There was clothes everywhere. The 7 to 8 year olds. Like there was stuff, and you could also tell because of it didn't have a door. It was a yard where you walk inside and then there's a room, but there's no door, you understand? So when we walk inside there, there's a sheet. This guy took a body bag and then he opened the body bag. He put the body bag on top of the bed and he kept me there for 5 days. He took my SIM card. He made sure I'm not able to get a hold of anybody, or if I do, it's like making people think I'm okay because of my safety check was on my phone. So my phone has been tracking my whereabouts from when I moved to the first location to the second, when I was moved to the second location. So when I got there, the 3 days, in 3 days, and spend 3 days in La Paya, I can't get out. The gate is locked 90% of the time. He's the one that leaves and comes in, and every time he leaves and comes in, there's shots outside, there's people screaming. Next door, you can hear, there's a lot of movement, but I don't know what's happening, but you can hear, abafana, like it's men, you understand? So, okay, fine. 3 days, amaphoyisa bazongifona. Amaphoyisa mabafika to that location because phone yami beyisho ukuthi that was my last location. Amaphoyisa mawafika laphayana, this guy couldn't tell them ukuthi I was inside. Now, I don't understand ukuthi how could they have not like forced ukungena to look for me, to search for me and everything. I'm sitting in this place and there's blood everywhere, there's a gun, there's all these things, you understand? And this guy, every time all he's doing, he's penetrating. I even started bleeding. My blood was all over that body bag because he wanted me to have the body bag on top of that bed. You understand? So whatever that he wanted to do, he was going to unveiling a body bag. I mean, it's closer to the cemetery, and then yeah. So now my ears are because of the reason there was like a knock. One of the guys that stay in the yard came to alert him. So he went outside. When he went outside, that's when, I don't know, whatever happened. Remember, I mean, I can't get out. And then when he came back inside, he then started asking me, how did the police know I'm here? Now I had to laugh, I don't know. I can't say, I was like, I don't know what's happening, how the police found out, I don't know. And then I think the cops left because of that situation. Since that day, he got even more and more cautious about everything because he made me call people and tell people that I'm okay because of pets and messages were coming through. Since I keep SIM card slash apart. Obviously, if your WhatsApp yakho is still registered, even if the SIM card is out, messages can still come in if you are connected, right? So he connected, and then he was like, I call people and let people know that I'm okay. And I make sure I don't tell them phone. I'm like, but what do you mean? I mean, it's weird. So he wanted me to play this game, which I didn't understand what was the purpose of the game. So, okay, fine. I guess understanding. If I'm your friend and I'm talking to you over the phone, you are able to tell if something is wrong. You're able to pick up what's right, off. The way you saw my message, something is not made sure here. So day 4, day 5. Day 5, that's when I managed help. I took, he left, he got out of the house. I took his phone. I called one of the journalists, Alex News journalist. I called him and then I told him, I need your help. Can you please send help? So because of cemetery, they couldn't really locate the actual, actual place. And then that's how like 7 to 8 response companies got there to rescue me out of that situation. They took everything, they took all the evidence. There was blood everywhere. Obviously, my blood was everywhere because of, even in the midst of all of that, during that week, he said, I must take Pampas. He came with the pamper because I knew he was busy doing whatever he was doing to me. So I was bleeding and everything. So he said to me, he went and got Pampers, and then he said, Pampers. And he would tell me things like he likes abo koko because abo koko, they taste nice. They taste like virgins. They taste like little kids. He would say all these crazy things. Sometimes he would say, yeah, I'm sorry, but today is going to be he was weird. Like the 1 minute he was saying, isn't busy, and I understand the next. So I had to cooperate during that whole situation. And I think Namanje, even when the response companies came and forensics came, because forensics had to come, they had to come, I'm a photographer, to come and take pictures of the places of scene and all of those things. I think they also took the gun, the weapons, only to find this person, he was out on parole and he was linked to other crimes as well. And he was a serial whatever. And obviously when you are a victim, they don't get to disclose what's happening or but now I still felt like my world was shattered because of still, Lord knows again, if I had not come out of that situation, what would have happened again? But it still killed me because I asked myself, ama belongings, the little kids, You understand? Izipilo ngakubani. I still had that thing yokuthi like bakuphi izipilo ngakubani. Okay, mina I got out like a hero out of it. I got out saved. Okay, not even a hero because I was saved by someone else. But
Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've been showing us on our journey so far. We truly do appreciate you guys from the depths of our hearts. Now guys, for us to continue bringing you guys nothing but the best high quality content, please do join and become a member for as little as 19 Rand 99 cents a month. And so far we've managed to reach 100k subscribers in less than 1 year, and it's all thanks to you guys. We love you guys so much. Please do continue supporting, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. We see you guys. Comment sections. We love you guys so much. From Soweto podcast to me.
like baguphi, like what's the story? You understand? But I still tried to follow up and nothing. I didn't get help. And then after that, I had to be taken to a place of safety because of this person was a very serial person, and also he's associated with very serial people. So I still got out of that situation, but I find myself in a situation where right now I still have to face some of his friends that are still working out. I don't know if he's out or what's the story, what's happening. But I had to learn then. That was the last time I told myself, and not getting all your information because of you end up in very, very messed up situations where you could die, you understand? And you can't always get saved all the time. Uhlala save you. You understand? And so sometimes I get to see who is known to be a recovering addict or whatever, or have history with being in the drug space. Like, people find it hard for you to believe what isn't they happen because of they have this thing drugs but things actually do happen to us as well, you understand? So that situation, the second situation, made me feel and get to a reaching point, an end point, which I cannot keep on finding myself in these situations anymore. Because of now, I don't know, I can't guarantee my safety. I wouldn't be sure like I'm safe in the streets or what. Because of sometimes people, when you get them arrested, it doesn't just end there. You understand? It's still a big thing for them. The families can come for you, their friends can come for you, you understand? And so for Umuntu, that has been in jail for a very long time, and me getting calls, Uti, you need to drop this because we want to pay you, and all of these things. For the fact that I said no, anything could happen to me, you understand? And now it's just a thing, it's a thin line between you and as a person, like getting to a point where you decide, are you going to have a discipline or ganjan, you understand? So yeah, these things, I don't know if it's still a pimp or it's a kidnap, but now at the end of it all, I was made to look like I created all of this kidnap story because of why I was with my friend. We were drinking, we were smoking, but in actual fact, all the evidence was found and was there. So, yeah.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that. So did you ever get counseling?
No, I didn't, actually. I didn't because I think that's why I started being very active in sharing my stories on podcasts, because I've been attending social work and counseling for a very long time, from a very young age. And I think I got to a point where just sitting and talking to someone who's just going to sit there, I mean, it's their profession to just listen to you, but they don't really say much, and it wasn't doing much for me. It wasn't getting me help. I needed to find other ways to help myself heal. So that's when I started being very active in like talking about these situations, and regardless ukuthi izinto zenzwa ama family member wakho or izinto zenzwa abangani bakho, like you'd rather just speak about it and let people know out there ukuthi these things, they do happen, because sometimes what works for you is not going to work for me. If social working, counseling works for you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for me. What if reading works for me, or writing works for me, or singing works for me, or you understand? But yeah, it's been a very, very rough journey, honestly speaking. It's been a rough one, I must say.
Askies, Oh, I can feel your pain, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that once again. So what advice would you give? Banyana ba o rata dichomi because ka tseba bochomi wa rekisana.
I mean, the advice that I would give is that at a young age, it's okay to have friends where you say, this is my friend, and I'm doing wild things with, when I'm going clubbing, when I'm doing whatever, it's okay. But you get to a point or a stage in life where you need to really establish a thin line between building friendships, building sisterhood, building brotherhood, and people that you grow with, or people that you make money with, or people that you understand. So I don't think at this time of our age you should be busy investing your energy in making friends.
True.
Because friends don't take you anywhere. Because it's not like abazali baskhuza in ending up in these kind of situations. Abazali baskhuza, you understand? Baskhuza, and till this day, we're still having a hard time in terms of taking what our parents teach us. And that is why there's people like me who would decide to go out there and share ukuthi ungafuni ukuzithola makuba wenza whatever uyenzayo nabangani bakho, you are your own best friend. You are your own friend. You understand? And sometimes it's always wise to bathi indlela ibuzwa abaphambili ukulalela, like, you understand, i-advice ophiwa yona ukuxwayiswa abantu abadala yabo. So ukuhloka tsebe, which has been a big part of my life, which it didn't work out for me because it ended me up in very messed up situations. I could go all day, but it's not okay. And I just hope we'd see that little girl that is sitting there and watching this and still thinking they're doing things behind closed doors, being sneaky with your friend, being and do that. It's going to end you, because at the end of the day, people who are going to be there for you are your family, are your parents. So your friends are not going to be there. It's going to be a thing now. What's made about witness? Which is not fair. You understand? Because they did warn you. So I think it's very important to take advice, take what your parents are saying, listen to your adults, listen to your elders, and try by all means. There's no manual to this life thing, but I mean, we are here to tell the stories, learn from our stories. You understand? So yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, baby girl. Thank you for coming to share your story with us. Guys, liutlile musne. Khawana ngidi chomi. Mamelang batsadi ga ba khalemela le ska nna botlhoka tsebe akere. Yes. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and you took something from this beautiful lady, because hey, what she's speaking is the reality of us South Africans, guys. Without any further ado, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. I love you guys. Peace out.